Morning everyone, this is episode 83. Hello everyone to those who haven't seen me before and to those who've seen me before. Make sense? I hope it does. But basically this is a different format. I'm sometimes forget to say hello to you in episodes because we go into the thing that matters the most, which will be knitting, life things, and I got a package. If you haven't seen it on the screen, I tried to fix my Knit Pro bowl winder. The prices on the websites, they're vary from, I'm guessing now, okay? I think vary from like 15 to up to maybe 25 max. And I was able to use it for 3-4 years. And you know, you've seen how many projects I've knitted, so you can presume how often I had to wind my bowls. Yarn balls, just in case. Right, but I got something and I think this package is a new bowl winder because I spoiled myself and I was thinking about it. I was thinking about the plastic, I was thinking about am I going to use it? Wouldn't it be better to wind by hand? And you can notice, for instance, that I did wind by hand my bowl and I'm knitting shawl, the test knit. I know I'm telling you it's a secret one, it is secret one, this is my third one, and I made some changes because I wasn't here and there. That was too close, that was too far. At some stage it wasn't like that. I had to make some calculations, put it on the Excel sheet, and I kind of retyped it again. I have lovely test knitters who are knitting it now and I'm kind of chasing them up. I'm chasing them. I mean, not that I'm forcing them to knit quicker, it's that they're already there and I'm just catching up. Oh, that's the word. I'm catching up to them. English. So anyway, this week is a little bit okay, I would say. You know, I'm off work because on Monday I had a procedure done and I had doctor stayed until Friday, so that means I will rest, although I need to walk too, don't go to the details. Anyway, so here it is. It's almost 10 to 10 and I could not sleep afterwards. I had a full anesthetics and I'm not sure, but I could not sleep. I wasn't tired, I wasn't anxious, I wasn't aware of anything like that. My brain was just coming up with the new ideas and kind of new videos that I could record. Anyway, but you know, I chicken up sometimes, so you never know, are they going to go live or not. But I wrote down everything because I did not want to wind the same thought all the time. Once I wrote it down, my brain kind of switched to a completely different topic. So then I decided to go through the night and go browse through the Instagram because apparently that will not make your, you know, brain work, and I did not want overheated, so I was on Instagram for a while and I was chit-chatting with my test knitters and the people over there. Obviously I could not use a video chats and stuff like that because Seb was asleep, but I really enjoyed it, and thank you so much whoever was up I mean in Europe, but I know America and Canada, that was like for you 6 p.m. or something like that. It's a 5 hours difference, so if it's, let's say, 10 o'clock now in the morning, it's 5 o'clock in some areas of Canada and USA. That's how I know it. So you are deeply asleep, hopefully, and I'm unpacking my bowl winder. Without further ado, let's do that. All the links down below, so all the social media if you want to find me over there. If you do, thank you so much. I love to have more friends making knitters, crocheters, yarn lovers, fibers addicts, and all that stuff. And let's do this because I'm so excited. Now, so this is how it looks. It's the kind of foil, so I ripped it. Something sticking out. Hopefully it's okay. Let's do this. And the batter reaching. Now this is an instruction. I think it's this one. Pretty heavy stuff. a yarn guide, which is this one, bobbin, which is this one, and instructions, which I have. So it comes in it comes with 3 sections. This is a plastic. I probably will have to wash it. It does not look clean, and it's just because probably it was in the warehouse. It's a very big one, so I can literally go 200 grams. Ooh, I wasn't sure when I was buying it. Then I have a yarn guide. So it looks like this, metal. And this whole thing is metal. And this is what I was looking, because the part that broke for me in the previous wool winder was plastic. Even this blue is metal. So I wasn't sure is the plastic or not. This is metal, this is metal. Everything over here is metal. So they were writing down on the website that from time to time you have to make sure that all of those screws are checked from time to time, because obviously because of the motions and stuff like that, they can go loose. So I am so happy. Okay, at the moment I'm not sure does it work or not. Oh, how to check. So far so good, I'm so happy. So probably I'm going to wind up a second skin. So what yarn I'm using? Well, so this is it. This is the beginning of my preparation section. It's done and finished, so I'm having a break. And this is the yarn I'm using. I was planning to use different yarn. If you watch my previous episodes, you could see that I used Irish dyer and shawl end up really pretty, but I wanted to have a twig sections. We have twig sections and light sections, and I wanted to have a twig section closer to the middle. When I was designing and I was just taking yarn, I was just playing with, like, you know, whatever happens, happens. But then after knitting one shawl, then re-knitting another one, my positioning was quite different, because I made a mistake with the first one in regards adding an extra, I think, 2 stitches, and I had to take them out, and it changed slightly the look of the shawl for my second shawl, which I knit in with Shauna's yarn. I hope I'm saying it right. So now, this is quite the same yarn. Shauna's yarn was in 100 grams, 233 meters, and this is 230 meters, so just 3 meters less, which is 250 yards. So I presume the previous one was 255 yards. I'm just guessing, pure guess, but you will have a gist. I bought this yarn for my first ever Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and I have 4 skein. I kept them to maybe knit myself a sweater, but it never happened. So I'm not sure why I didn't, started it. I was distracted. That's basically what it is, because it is beautiful yarn and it knits up beautifully. It has nice twists, so it will give nice definition. I haven't started anything, so I can maybe show you a bit so you could see it. I'm using 4.5 millimeters. This shawl is knitted on 4.5 millimeters, which is US size 7, I presume. Let's see. I knitted it twice. I should know. I know. Yes, US size 7, and this gauge is 15 stitches, so 25 rows. So even though it's a DK yarn, I'm going slightly more. What I mean by that, if you're knitting with DK yarn, so if you have this kind of yardage or meterage in the skein, most of the time people would go with the 20 stitches per gauge. I have 15 stitches per gauge, which means that the stitches are more loose than normal. If you want to keep 20 stitches, your shawl probably will end up smaller. And with my measurements with this yarn and the other one previously, it went to 100. Give me a sec. 135 centimeters on 60 centimeters. So it's slightly shorter by 5 centimeters. And 5 centimeters down, comparing to the 100 grams skein if you have 200 meters. And I really like that really chunk of effect, but I don't have the yarn 200 meters. I wanted to use my stash as I bought Shauna's yarn, and I didn't have a budget for it, so I just went and saw what I have in my stash. I had in my stash 200 meters from Knit Crate, beautiful purple color, but as you know, Knit Crate is a monthly subscription, and they send 2 yarns, so 2 skeins of yarn in a Knit Crate membership box. You do not know sometimes the yardage, or you don't know color, as they have kind of sneak peeks just before subscription starts, so you can have a go. But waiting for yarn if you want to knit a shawl straight away, you know, may not be an ideal. But the colors, oh, I would see myself wearing a shawl and a hat in those, especially that I had 4 skeins because I swapped that time with Lisa. And if you don't know Lisa, Lisa is the same person who gifted me a Navelli sweater. She's based in Ireland too, and she got a Knit Crate, and we were able to swap colors. So I had 4 colors of the same thickness of yarn and everything. So I kept it for something special. I had something in mind, but again, you know, if you're a knitter or maker, something has happened, and I was like, oh, when I was touching it in regards the shawl, I was like, it would look delicious, it would look fancy, and the shawl and the hat fancy with some my normal clothes will give some sophistication to it, I would say. So if you but why did I not go for it? Because if you take 200 meter yarn in 100 grams, you will need 2 skeins, and you will be able, and I was able with my first shawl, just to do the shawl without tassels. And I wanted to have tassels, and tassels take some yarn, and I did not want to put on the pattern that you have to have 2 skeins plus approximately 25 meters extra. So sorry, 25 meters extra, so like 15 grams of DK yarn, which is doable if you want to, for instance, take your minis from their stash and add different colors, and that'd be really cool. But I wanted to have something one. I will be telling that during my finished object video when I'll be presenting you shawls. And because the first 2 shawls we're thinking are going to be gifts. Well, the first one was definitely a gift, and that's why I designed it. So I need to record a video, and I hope to do it today or tomorrow. So finger crossed, and I will, or Seb is going to gift it. And then my second shawl, even though it's a beautiful shawl and the just twigs are not close enough, I'm going to send it to my mother-in-law. Don't worry, she probably doesn't watch this, so it'll be quite a surprise for her. And I think it's really cool. She's non-knitter, but it still looks beautiful. You'll see it if you stay, subscribe. I'll do that stuff, and you'll see what I'm talking about in the future. So that's that. Bow winder. So I'm a happy happy knitter now, because it really speeds up the process, and I'm happy that in this kind of example we have only 3 plastic parts. One is the handle, but I presume you can reuse the handle even if it breaks, because it's something like this, so even for something to pull, and it's just everything else is metal, which I really like. So if you don't have a bow winder, I would say look for something like this. I haven't reviewed it, it was just unboxing actually, but I'm happy the way I see it. I'm just so happy. And I did my research. I was asking my friends on Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, go there, because I'm very active. Probably shouldn't, but yeah, I was asking a few ladies who has been knitting for years, and I'm talking about years. I know you think I would have been knitting for years, but they were knitting more than that, and I was asking them for what kind of bow winders do they have, and they were pointing out to this one something similar, and they said that they have like for 15 years, and I do believe them that it survived. So, and I know that they knit a lot, and I know that they wind balls a lot. So yeah, so that's that. I'm going to leave you like this. I'm making myself a tea, and I'm going back to my next section, which is a twig section. So happy, and thank you so much for my listeners, because they're taking photos, and that encouraged me even more. They're ahead of me. Some of them are kind of just I can kind of reach, and because I know that I have an off work day and I have to stay in bed, it's a perfect combination, so I can actually chill out and have some fun. No thinking, because everything is written down. It's just to make sure that I've repeated it whenever it should be repeated. But I have, yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on. I think, and you know with those episodes, you never know what I'm going to show you next. Because I don't even know. Well, probably title will give you a hint. Okie dokie, this is my messy section, and I'm going to take that thing all, and I'm going to see if I can put my new bow winder over here, which worked for the old one, this broken one, and make some, tidy up. So, if you're like me, just pause this video. And before you do that, listen. Okay, so listen before you do something I'll ask you to do. If you're like me, and you will watch till the end of this video, and then you will never do anything, although you really, really wanted to because someone encouraged you, just pause the video and go tidy up your space, and then write down below when you come back watching that you did it. You'll see how many people I can motivate to do that. Okie dokie. Are you still watching? Now I clear the area and now proper cleaning. Okay, so just so you have a sneak peek, this is the bag over here. You can see I have some of my tags over here that I sell in the shop, and this bag is a bigger. Is it? It's kind of bigger version of the pattern that I have, but it's easily adjustable to have it like this, and it hangs on the hook. But over here I try to see if I can set up. Oh, I use straight up. Okay, so is it okay? Can I set up that bow winder? Looks, I will have to put it somewhere else, I think, because this expands very away, and I would have to have that distance between the wall. And if I put it, I have cabinets over here, probably want to see, so I can show you. So under the table I have these drawers, and I have bits in each drawer, and it's quite, interesting, I would say. So I have tapes, I have some bits that I add to your orders from here, tapes, and so on and so on. And unfortunately, if I put bow winder, I have to have a distance over here, so it will be approximately over here, and I may not be able to open these. Oh, so now I'm thinking. No. Okay, so my umbrella, I don't know how to call it. I forgot again. I normally was here, but I think I will not be able to set up anymore a place to wind my yarn. But I have another table that I record, which is a pure mess. So things happen for a reason. If I put something, I have to clean. You have the same. So I'm reducing this, and you may notice there's another of these. This is hiyhiya, and I have those stickers that I put when you actually buy something in my shop, and I have to send it abroad. So you can see one of these. Now, you may notice over here, this is the box. I got it from my friend. I'm not sure was it Christmas or birthday, and it was pure wood, which it is still, but Seb painted it on this color. Because he's a painter. I showed you last time, so episode 81. So it wasn't last one. Last one was a trip, but he painted for me, and that was the paint that he had some leftovers. He has few, and this was the only one that I liked. So over here we have some bits. I still don't know. I have a few of the pins you can notice over here, and I want to make something from them, like to put them, but I don't know when. But we have dreams, right? And then on the left you can see, on the right you can see my lamp, and you can see my swatches hanging over here on some ring. How do I store them? So in some office supply shop you can get those kind of hoops. They're for storing archives like files and stuff, and I just took that and then just put it through, and you could see what kind of swatches I have. And this lamp, I don't remember when. I don't think it's hiyhiya. It's up there that I saw it. B&Q. I got two. One is in our bedroom too. On the left you could see some pottery, and this one, I don't remember when I got it.
but it could be like B&Q, could be some shops. And this one's beautiful one I got during a Bubbles Yarn Retreat, which happens in October most of the time, during Bank Holiday in Ireland, and I got it from Disable Ireland. So someone made this beauty and I bought it, and it's so lovely. You know, I love flowers and this is just perfect. So it's here, and I put some stuff on it, but you know, it gets dusty, clean it up and then sort things out. So here I'm keeping sometimes labels, so I'm in the middle of knitting a sweater. You've seen it, so I kept it just in case I need to show it on video, and I sometimes forget. I have 2 drops here. I sometimes use it for heels and toes, so maybe I'll double check though I have anything on. If not, that will go to the bin. And I got a lovely thank you card from Baker Bears, and so I keep it over here to make me smile. I put my tapes over here, and you've seen this, and then you haven't seen this, and this is something that I own. It wasn't originally mine, I think it was my sister, but she didn't want it, I think. Well, shh, don't tell her. And so I was like literally maybe 6 years old, and we still have it. And then she was keeping her jewelry over here when she was a teenager, and I keep over here some punches. This is a punch that I got ages ago, because you can see there is a butterfly, and I know some people who loves butterflies. I love butterflies too, and sometimes I do some punching. And here's a mini stapler. Sometimes if I have to staple or something, over here at this thing, and it's closed nicely. Nicer. Oh, I should wear it with one. Now, and it's closed. It looks like this. Here I'm going to put some papers, and maybe you were interested in what it's in there, because seriously, I should probably make a certain decisions in my life. Less things on the desk is always better. Clean desk for me is a clean mind. So I bought something like that, I think in Lidl or places. So you have a mat and you have this ruler, and it's for sewing. So you cut things, and there is also included was something that looks like a pizza cutter. So you do this and you cut material. It's very sharp. That's why they're. Then if you ever bought something from me, you may notice that I'm putting some small informations in my Knitting I Love shop, and these are little things that I print and I cut, and they're Knitting I Love tag, for instance, hashtag check it out, or Knitting I Love pouch hashtag, or Knitting I Love, and I put over here. So this is how I have it sorted, in case you're wondering. System. Yes, not all, because with pouches I have different. Oh, a few years ago I got this, and this is a band that you put around your knitted items, and I got a few from another podcaster. I got from podcaster Amber from Yarn Hoarder podcast, and I got a few and I used a few. I think they're kind of perfect for socks, because when you go around it kind of covers it up. I just have 2 left, and I keep them here. During the last Edinburgh Yarn Festival, we received a newspaper, and I didn't throw it all away. I picked up the things that I really like, and I just kept it to read it later. But you know, life happens. But I still want to read it, so I'm going to keep it. And then once I got a card with those kind of dot pots thing, those kind of structure, so I cut it off, and I think it'd be really cool. Check this out. A background, don't you think? So I kept it too. I haven't used it yet, so you know. And I have this kind of notebook over here, and what I keep over here, if I remember to do, I put information from who I got a package, and I write their address, so in case, you know, I'll knit something or I have something, I can thank them and send something in return. I'm not putting pressure on myself. You do know that if I can send, I can send, but I keep it, and you know, it may take me a while, but you know, so some names are over here, so I won't be able, and dresses, so I won't be able to show you, but I can show you this beautiful cover. What do you think? Lovely. I think I got in TK Maxx. I'm not sure, but I know European friends will know that shops like that exist in Europe, and they're like, sometimes you have office supplies, you have clothes, you have shoes, you have makeup, you have loads of stuff. And I normally don't print patterns because this is an issue I have then later on. Then as you can see, I have 2 of these, and I finished Radiate. So no, I haven't. I actually still knitting it. I finished One Win sweater, and it's on the channel, so you can check it out down below. Maybe on the screen I can show you how it looks on me, the way I colors and stuff. So I don't know what to do with it, because for me it's kind of waste to, you know, throw it away. So yeah, and I'm still knitting this one. And you may think why I have this, because I finished everything over here. I'm just thinking how long the sleeves need to be, because it's going to be a gift knit. So that's that. Oh, anyway, I keep it. Although I'm not going to knit it anymore, so oh, I'll check my notes if I have any notes, and I'll have to put on Ravelry output. So that's that. So that will go on my desk, and this one will stay, because that's my whips, people. That's my whip. Soon enough, this is how Hiyhiya designer of this shawl. Oh, this sweater. What else you can find over here? This is książeczka gotyka. So this is a small book, because książka would be different, you know, it's a small book. So basically this is something you can buy. It's like 5 złotych, which is like €1.20. And if you go hiking in Poland, any mountain that you hike has a track. And because most of them in national parks, you're not allowed to just wander around. And in Poland, if it's not national park, you know, as long as you know, you probably can be more adventurous. And what's interesting thing is, normally in Poland, on the top of the mountain, you have a hostel, so you can eat something, and sometimes you can even sleep. But I pre-booked that, and then when you on the top, you can kind of record it that you've been there. And obviously there's a rule that if you collect some money, then you send it to this organization, which is a government organization, and you can receive some badges or pins or, like, you know, things. But I just kind of kept it, so I have to take it, because last time I went to Poland I forgot to take this, and we went hiking and I did not have a beautiful stamps, and there are a piece of art. Each of it is unique, and it was like used to, you were traveling around abroad, and you know, on the border you would get a stamp or something like that, and it's just like something special. I like also stamps, and you know. The next one, I got this in our last, I think, trip. This is a map of castles in Poland. Oh yeah, there you have it here. So it's a map of Poland, and they're situated, and you can see amazing things. So now, if you a castle lover, a bit of a treat for you, so you can have a glimpse of, I think that's a palace. Like, if you're a filmmaker, just look at this. And there are more. So on one side you have a map, and on the inside you have like more information, and inside it's so cool. So if you live in Poland and you can kind of from time to time have a spare weekend and want to go somewhere, like, look at this, yeah, go for a walk, check some castles. Second up thing, I got something like that. This is quite, I think, European thing. So basically you have a crossword, and you fill it in. I'm not good in it whatsoever, but I always wanted one. I know my mom is very good, or was very good. I haven't seen her. So it's like 380, so it's like not even in euro over here to get this. And then you have 200, 500, 600, and so on and so on. So yeah, fun. So when I go to Poland, I need to remember to take these. I'll show you something. So I keep also over here, this is my niece's drawing, and her school kind of just something like this, so kids can draw and they put it then to print. So this is actually printed. It's not hand drawn, although it was previously, so the kids can kind of print themselves and then give it to relatives during Christmas. And isn't it cute? Yeah, Mom, if you're watching, tell Emily I'm showing this. Hopefully she'll enjoy this. Yeah. So it's a reverse, it's the wrong side, but I like to chop things when people send me to. So I'm going to put it into my book, and it's basically, I probably didn't have a time, just pop it in there. But I have addresses, so my dream would be to kind of send these people something in the future, but I'm not promising anything. So now put it in. There. Also, I have this bit, and I always keep it because in Ireland we have a big humidity, and I just keep it in I just keep it and just throw it somewhere. So it's there. So now more addresses that I sent to people, and I kept the addresses, so I just use the sellotape and then lid to it. And some other piece of papers that I kind of have my patterns that I design, and I haven't moved on. So yeah, I'm going to keep it. And here how it looks. So you know what I have in here. So if I'm looking for something and I'm asking you and you remember, it's here. Now, have you done your space? I'm keeping, like I said, there's some notes that maybe I can put on Ravelry, or maybe don't have, and then I will just recycle it. And here just, I read in a book about putting everything out of your bags and have them ready. So you could, for instance, see that I have a hat over here because the weather is changing, and this is my swap hat. So you can check it out. They're actually patterned, I think most expensive one that I have so far, but it has 3 versions, so we have 3 hats inside. They're knit the same way, but the difference is how you connect the colors, because this is for 3 colors. There's one for just, I think, 2 colors, and there's for 6 colors. So yeah, you can read all about it. And I got this from... So anyway, I have a finished object video about this hat, and I know that a podcaster gifted me 3 by 200 grams me skeins, and I was able to knit this hat. So thank you so much. On the screen. Now I know you may notice the bag, and I start knitting a hat, and so far I haven't showed it to you, but there is a mess on the ground and I have to deal with this. Lately I received this. I don't know if I showed it to you, but I did chop off a dress and put it in my book, just to tell you. So yeah, so I got beautiful things over here, and give me a sec. So I got these beautiful markers with big loops over here. This is gorgeous, this is gorgeous, this is gorgeous. Chevis, but I call her Cheryl. So this is more probably, so you can check her out. And I love it so much. Thank you. She's a podcaster, and she is the hoot. Now I use the word, I don't have a clue what that's mean, but I think I heard it in some kind of sitcom or something. You're a hoot. I mean, that's a positive thing, isn't it? Oh yeah, so I hope you clean up a bit of your space, and if you're interested about some amazing a room with amazing loads of bibs and bobs, I hope I'm saying that right too, that's the place. Go check her out. You will be looking at the walls, at the chairs, everything behind Cheryl. Well, we watch you too, Cheryl. We'll watch you too. No worries. So yeah. So I keep things like that. You see, it was wrapped nicely. I'm going to use these now. So, and I have one of my boxes that I put. And then if I send something to someone, I reuse it. So. And if you know and you watched it and you got this paper, you will know it's a shared gift. Cheryl is chopping in some bits over here too. So now I covered the dress, so I write down that she's a podcaster, she gifted me 3 markers, and I want to keep the thing. At the end there was a really cool, like heart, a cute note, and I just put in there, so I have it in my a book over here, so you know, I like to flip through it sometimes. It makes me happy. Now, so I'm leaving like that. I'm not putting it fully, so I can easily take it out and put it back. I'm leaving this yarn over here, and I'm so happy to have something like this. As you can see, it is not thick, so there's a lot of things, but it just melts my heart that I can send someone something and someone can send something to me. And like, if people would be like, you know what I want to say, so pretty. And I know shipping is outrageous. You know what? She probably would not mind me to show how much did she pay for this. So now, if you order something like so small from me, and I put it in the flat envelope, the max is €2.90. So dollars, let's say $3, right? And you want to know how much American friends has to pay, or if I would like to buy something to be sent over here. Oh yes dear. Like, so thank you so much. It is just so cool. Obviously, Cheryl were saying that during her episode. Oh, does she mark her episode? If she does, I will. The one when she holds 3 skeins near her face. So that one, and check it out, so cute. So during that thing, she also tells you that you have to fill in the custom information, and if you, I think in Ireland it's €27. If you send something that it's higher than 27, or someone from Europe buys something that our cost will go more than 27, there is customs. So 27 by 23%, that will be calculated more on the top of the purchase shipping. So for now, they will live over here until I cast on a new project. Now, so I'll deal with the other table in a while. First, I have to eat and take my medication. And, oh, you may spot something over here. So here is a book that I got as a gift from a friend, I think for my Christmas or birthday. Because even though I'm not vegan, I'm vegetarian, I'm kind of leaning more towards this kind of diet. Because it's just, my body responds to it better, let's say it that way. So I wanted to, and you know I don't cook, right? And I just want to kind of find the same passion as I have for knitting to doing things like that. So you may see things like this. If you have any recommendations of something quick, easy, and literally 3 ingredients or 2 ingredients, let me know. I think we're going to back and knit for a bit, shall we? Because this was a little bit overwhelming. So big apologies, but you like to see behind the scenes, so this is it. This is how bad it goes. Now this is also what I did with the plants. I sometimes give them a shower, leave them in the bathtub, and then I will collect them like aloe or those little things up here. So now let's come back to a test knit, some yummy things to eat. Maybe I'll find something to watch and lie down for a bit. It was literally a hard thing to read. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this.
So here it is, some of the mint that we have behind the house, and it's such a funny story in regards having it in the first place, but maybe next time. But it kind of made me happy that some of you said that you would not mind to get some mint from me. So what I'm doing, I chopped it up, I washed it, so I make sure there's no living creature in them, and I'm going to dry them. So I'm going to put just a towel and let them dry like that. Then I will spread them somewhere. I still don't have a dryer, but I hope it will work too. Anyway, so keep finger crossed. I know it's not knitting related, but it's a drinking related thing when you have teas and coffees and you're knitting, so I think it's kind of the same. Here I have two finished objects that I'm having here on this table to record finished object video, so hopefully soon it'll be on the channel. And meanwhile, just to show you, I have a setup over here. So this is like basic hiyhiya table 1/60, so 100 centimeters on 60, and I basically use this. So this is our beauty, and I'm going to try it. I'm going to record giveaway, right, for episode 82. I know you're this is episode 83, and I noticed I dropped stitch, so I used the hook to pick it up from the wrong side, and a bit of a strand that I'm going to pull this thing through and just use one. Okay, so I'm holding it. Hopefully you can see it. So that's the stitch that I grabbed. And now the question, what am I going to do with it? So I'm going to secure it somehow. So either I will use hook or I can use a needle. Oh, I think I'll go with the hook. So I don't know how to do it now. I'll just basically grab one, grab another one, maybe cross it, and then just wave an end here and there. And I think for that I will use the needle. Here and there. And just in case you're wondering, who am I watching now while doing these things? Grocery Girls knitting podcast. Check them out. So just to let you know, I'm carrying this bag with me, and this is my kind of notion pouch. It was sewn using upcycling materials. So basically old, I think it's a leather jackets, where, you know, they were meant to be thrown away or something like that. And one of my family members' mum, she is an amazing sewist, and she made this. And I have also small ones. There's three sizes. So don't you think it's beautiful? Oh my, write it down something. So yeah. So normally what I do, the only thing I don't really fancy is a black inside. There is a pocket, and I squeeze the ends into that pocket, and eventually in a while they kind of gather. I know. And then I put them into this plastic bag, and that reminds me that I need to start doing some ornaments, or maybe, you know, there is a star. Oh, I'm going to show you now, maybe. Give me a sec. Okay, so here we are. We are in my favorites, which you can find them here when you click on it. Then I have bundles, and I have one that I called, I need to go through them one day, to be honest, and see what I like, what I don't like anymore. Things happened. So we have, oh, I would love to knit this, but anyway, I knitted this.
but what I'm looking for, one day I have to make this. Something like that, although, you know, I don't need leftovers. Oh, okay. I made this, to be honest. Check my, yeah, I made this. What else we have? Isn't that cute? Come on, who wants this? No, 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 I'm not looking for that. Come on. Where is it? Probably one of those first that I liked. I made this. So you can check my project page. Week starting. A heart. You can make a heart. Or knitted stars. Yes, this one. Have you ever knitted this? And if you go on it, it's for free. So I want to make a few and fill them with my leftovers. What do you think? Okay, you probably want to know. So this is the Carolina Ekerdal Stiarda, I would say. So yeah, what do we need? DK. But I presume any size will work. Whatever you like, then the stars will be bigger or smaller. Oh, I would love to make this. One day, one day.
And now, maybe not knitting, but yarn related. And you could see that mint is drying. Smells beautiful. And I'm thinking of making something like this and then just hanging it around so they can dry. There's still a bit of water on them. Okay, so here's the yarn I want to cake, and I'm going to use this new beauty over here. So let's see. Okay, so let's try. Apparently I can go only one. Oh, that's slightly, why it's so low? Yo, that was loud. Okay, pull this thing and take it out. Oh my, this is completely different.
This is like a piece of art. Slightly higher than my usual one. My usual one was smaller and looked like a donut. This looks more like a muffin. So nice. Wow.